guys, we're going to get this party started here. Let's give a warm welcome to Fox and Bones.
All right. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Thanks for joining us for this fun happy hour show here at the Bloodworks Live Lounge. We're really happy to be here. We're smack dab in the middle of a tour right now. We left at the end of February, just packed up all our stuff, put it in storage, went on the road, and then we flew here a few days ago from Austin, Texas to be here.
At this point, it's more than a tour. I suppose it's just a lifestyle.
Lifestyle, yes. So we're really happy to be back in Portland and sharing some music with you guys this afternoon. We're going to kick it off with one of our early songs. This is called Warm.
They've been traveling down the road so long they didn't know which way was home. She talked about her mother. Did she cry when she discovered a girl was gone? Having no family to speak of, he solemnly drove eastward through the storm. They were warm. Were together. Ooh, they were warm. They were together. Through the wild and rugged wilderness, they pillaged for their own begotten souls, accepting gifts from strangers, and taking them by force to fit a rose. For days they did not eat, it grew easier to make peace with what they stole. They were warm. They were together. They were warm. They were together. Oh, 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 getting dark and fuel's running low. Pulled over at the truck stop to get their share the only way they know. Not a soul in sight. They had to spend their night out in the cold. They were warm. Together. Ooh, they were warm. They were together. Oh, So I have a very, very special place in my heart for KINK.FM, and it was the first radio station that I unexpectedly heard a song of mine being played on the radio, which I feel was a great time in my life. You hear, artists like Sting. It was like the first time he heard his song on the radio, he was painting and he dropped the paint can, and so I think that's a true story. I don't know. I could just be making things up. But I was in a van. I was in my van driving around, and I heard a song come on. I was playing with a group called Just People, and I started screeching and pounding the top of the van. I figured artists like Sting, they're similar to me. My name starts with an S. It's Scott. He is Sting. He is tantric, and I sometimes throw tantrums, so we have a lot of similarities, I feel, between us. And I thought the meteoric rise of our career is beginning, which, it turns out it's more of work. It's work to be in the music industry, and I'm so glad that it takes time, that as with little kindling, you kind of light it and you take care of it and you grow a career in the music industry. And I'm pretty happy that it's taken time to continue on this career, because I think it means a lot more when you really put some time and work into it. So that's all I have to say, Sarah.
I can picture the screeching and hitting that. I know that screech.
We're going to keep on moving here and play a song that's one of ours, and it is called Gravity.
Sweet intro.
Thank you.
I lost my wings the day I was born, so I could learn how to crawl. Crash landed my soul in this corner of the world, way down by the thrill of it all. I've been searching the heavens, trying to find my way home. Depths of my soul led me straight here to you. My memories, they're all lost and gone. Baby, I don't know where you came from, but I know I belong to the stars. Gravity feels to me a bit heavy, my love. I'll stay if you carry my heart. It's been a while since I've seen the light, been searching for clouds on all fours. The darkest parts of this old soul became lovely when you called them yours. We're some kind of chemical reaction, electricity coursing through my bones. I became weightless when I saw your face. That earthly pull just won't leave me alone. Baby, I don't know where you came from, but I know I belong to the stars. Gravity feels to me a bit heavy, my love. I'll stay if you carry my heart. I don't know where we go when we die, but I know it feels like home. It ain't our time to see that white light, but at least we will never be alone. Baby, I don't know where you came from, but I know I belong to the stars. Gravity feels to me a bit heavy, my love. I'll stay if you carry my heart, but I will stay if you carry my heart. Alrighty, so I was just kind of thinking, I keep seeing the Ear Trumpet Labs thing flash on those monitors back there, and we normally sing into an Ear Trumpet Labs mic, which is this, if you haven't seen them, they're these cool old like radio-looking mics from the 40s that sound really amazing, and when we fly, it's really hard to bring that, so we didn't bring it with us. But another thing that I was thinking about flying is that every time we fly, Scott brings his pedal board up here, which you can't really see, but it's kind of this contraption with all these little wires off of it.
Dingbats, doodads,
all sorts of little things, and it comes in this metal case. And every time we fly, we get stopped by security because it looks super sketchy.
It does, yeah, it does.
And so we've kind of, as we've traveled, we've really watched ourselves like have all these silly little mishaps, and there's just things that seem to, things like that. They're little anecdotes from the road, and so we wanted to write a song that was about life on the road and what that looked like for us. And so this is the theme song of our current tour, this Life on the Road tour. It's called Roads.
Marrow of stone, purveyors of all that we thought that we know, cousins of dirt in a fortress of time, divided by none, sands a small yellow line.
Roads, makers of dreams. Wheels they spin in the mud of belief. It's in too deep, come apart at the seams. Still we ride on through the wind and the storm, through the reckless unknown, the broken and bold. Still we dive in to the depths of the dark on a promise of stars. We have what we hold, it's life on the road. Bound by the ghost of the night, in the towns that are harrowed by time, and wrapped within rhythm, but lost without rhyme. The feast and the fast are our last links to life. Yeah, still we ride on through the wind and the storm, through the reckless unknown, the broken and bold. Still we dive in to the depths of the dark on a promise of stars. We have what we hold, this life on the road. Still we ride on through the wind and the storm, through the reckless unknown, the broken and bold. Still we dive in to the depths of the dark on a promise of stars. We have what we hold, this life on the road. Hey. Alrighty, thank you guys so much. So this next one we're going to play is one of our newest. We wrote this while we were on tour in Europe in the fall. And it was kind of a crazy tour because it was the most shows we'd ever played consecutively before. We kind of just told our booker to book us as much as possible.
Just roll of music.
We didn't realize how what that would look like until we got there. And so after 13 shows straight, we finally had a day off to rest. And we just it looked like this in our hotel room without this light. It was just dark. All the windows were drawn for a whole day. We just stayed in there and ended up writing this song. And it will be our newest single coming out in the summer. We've been working on recording it over at Rye Room. So this is called Little Animal.
Took the red eye through London into Frankfurt. Spent the night in the red light district, and we had a suspicion that we were being followed, though we're all being tailed by the person we wish we could be.
Played so many nights, felt like a hurricane.
Drank enough to fill a diesel tank or two. Everything is already been said, but that doesn't mean it isn't true. Go to sleep, little animal. Take the time, find your groove. Though you feel as if we'll never change, well, that's all we ever really do.
Had a first day off in a fortnight. I can tell by the waning of the moon. Ate enough to enter hibernation. Turn this hotel room into a literal cocoon.
I feel the world slip through my shoulders every time it rains.
Oh, you're a fool, and I don't mind telling you.
Even when your feet are soaking wet, you can't walk this path in someone else's shoes. Go to sleep, little animal. Take the time, find your groove. Though you feel as if we'll never change, well, that's all we ever really do. Well, at night, they eventually turn to morning,
And the mornings get written into songs.
all those songs, they merge into a medley
That tells the story of this journey that we're on.
Go to sleep, little animal. Take the time, find your groove. Though you feel as if we'll never change, well, that's all we ever really do. Well, that's all we ever really do. I'd just like to comment really quick. When we were arriving here in the studio, the front door was locked, and we weren't sure how do we get in. And there was a sign that said, "Go to this, go to the 6th floor to gain access." And in our heads, we're like, "Oh, that makes sense. Go to the 6th floor to get into a floor on the bottom floor." Like it was some sort of like Clue board game. Like we'd go from the conservatory to the billiards room. And we got up the elevator. The course said, "Yeah, go back down to the floor and then go in the door." But I had a memory while going up in the elevator of the last time we had gone to a radio station that was high in a building, and a lady had kind of come up in her wheelchair, and she's like, "Take me to the 13th floor." And I look on the numbers, and there wasn't any 13. And she put a key into the elevator, turned it, and it brought her to a secret 13th floor. And it makes me wonder how many of these hidden floors are in these buildings.
Is that a real story?
I know. I asked myself the same thing too. But yeah.
Why did she ask you to take her up there when she knew? How?
Maybe I looked like the doorman. I don't know. I don't know.
I believe that.
So perhaps this song is like our 13th story. Sarah, would you say that?
It depends on what song we're talking about.
The next song we're going to play is a one we wrote recently at the Oregon Country Fair, where we were spending a few days. And it's one of my favorites. It's called Tricky Love. Love is a tricky little thing. Bends you over the sofa, eat your heart out, girl, and makes you wanna scream. It's also a marching band. It's the beat, it's the rhythm, it's the synapses fire within our hands. Opens you like a flower in the warm receipt of spring. Oftentimes of power, they lose their tone, they keep their ring, they keep their ring. Love is a harrowing dream. It's illusion and wonder and darkness wrapped all up as the same thing. To share in a lucid beam, you can run, you can hide, but avoidance is admittance of the thing. It opens you like a flower in the warm receipt of spring. Oftentimes of power lose their tone, they keep their ring, they keep their ring.
All right, so we got 2 more songs for you guys this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here in the Bloodworks Live Lounge, studio, whatever.
We're both lounging and studioing.
Yeah, okay, that's true. I get confused because I think last time I was here, it was called the Skype Live Studio or Lounge, and so it took me a while to figure out that the event invite that they were sending us was indeed for this place. So that just shows our level of intelligence. But we figured it out. We made it to the right place.
We have been on the road a long time.
We have been on the road a long time.
The road's gotten us grizzled and dirty.
Scott did say when we were in Houston, he was like, "Thank you so much, Austin." And I knew that was the first time that had ever happened, where we said the wrong city. And so, we all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses.
It wasn't that I just said it, it's that I incorporated it into a lyric.
Into a song, yeah. He changed the lyrics to our song to say Austin, which
I thought I was being so clever, and it turns out the opposite was true.
So, there's a little glimpse into what life is like traveling with us. This next song, though, is one of the songs that we released on our very first EP. And we feel like it's a song that kind of stands the test of time because it kind of touches on the fact that the world is a crazy place, and it's really important that we all find things that ground us and kind of remind us why we're here and what our purpose is in this world. And so for Scott and I, that's music, and it's the thing that always brings us back to each other, and it always brings us back to ourselves, and we know that if we come back to this thing, we'll always be okay, and we'll always have that sense of purpose. And so that's what this song is kind of about. It's called Here.
Sewn and stitched together, sin and skin and bone, apoplectic pleasure. If, however, we get lost, we'll find each other here. If, however, we get lost, we'll find each other here. Earth reborn and raised, only a moment in time. Locked up and bound tight with beauty, yet ever so sweetly you find. If, however, we get lost, we'll find each other here. If, however, we get lost, we'll find each other here. Shed our wings at birth, to stumble and crawl amidst time. Merged in a moment of splendor, together we learn how to fly. If, however, we get lost, we'll find each other here. If, however, we get lost, we'll find each other here. If, however, we get lost, find each other here. Sometimes I have to remind myself that when we're playing those songs, I can't like really groove too hard because I have this like foot shaker on my foot, and anytime I'm getting into it, it'll like start clapping and. So it's just a mental thing. Just stay in place. Stop grooving around.
Stop grooving around so much, Scott. This is gentle folk music.
no grooving in gentle folk music, all right?
We're just going to, our next song, our last song is going to prove that wrong, actually. So our final song for this afternoon is going to be our newest single. And by new, I mean we released it in October, but it still feels new to us. And it actually just got played on KINK today. And so we wanted to thank KINK for supporting our song and playing it and promoting it. We really appreciate it.
And also thanks to Vortex Music Magazine for hosting this as well. We've been big fans of Vortex, and we really love all the work you do.
And we also like Coors Light. So thank you also to Coors Light. All right. This last song is called Love Me Like a River.
Dark as the nighttime, glorious as a king, fierce as an animal, with the hunger for expanse. You gotta love me as only a woman can. Song with seduction stitched in my hand, born with veracity, a seditionary trance. You gotta love me as is only the case. You gotta love me, all that I can stand. Love me like a river runs through your head. Hold me like the only thing I'd ever understand. Speak to me in shadows, revealing light. Be the fire that burns away the layers of my mind. Love me like a river.
Reaching from the devil's hand. You gotta love me. Oh, you gotta love me like a man. You gotta love me, all that I can stand. Love me like a river runs through your head. Hold me like the only thing I'd ever understand. Speak to me in shadows, revealing light. Be the fire that burns away the layers of my mind. Love me like a river runs through your hands. Hold me like the only thing I'd ever understand. Speak to me in shadows, revealing light. Be the fire that burns away the layers of my mind. Love me like a river.
Color you sideways, like color me black and blue.
I'll shake your ground and you won't know what hit you.
I'll be a circle, you'll be whatever you choose.
You let me shapeshift, you can taste this voodoo.
Dark as the nighttime, close as you can. Fierce as an animal with a hunger for expanse. Thanks so much.
Keep it going for Fox and Bones. Thank you so much, guys. So stick around. There's plenty of ice cold as the Rockies.